Hi everyone, welcome back to N.O.A the Explorer. I am Dr. Akaranu. I am an adult, child, and adolescent psychiatrist. In this video, we're going to continue our discussions on the inpatient psychiatry unit. So now that you've arrived on the unit, you typically meet a staff member who will go through some of the policies and procedures with you. Sometimes they'll give you a paper, a pamphlet, a book, a booklet, however they do it, or they'll just go over it with you verbally. Typically, somebody will talk to you about the rules and procedures, and then they'll look through your belongings that come with you up to the unit. Make sure that there isn't anything dangerous in there. Knives are a no-no. Razors, we don't allow that. If you can't take it on the plane in your carry-on with TSA, chances are you probably cannot bring it on the inpatient unit. So, sharp object, aerosols, alcohol, we really have restrictions on those for the safety of the patients and your safety as well, right? And the safety of everyone. So we go through those things. Each hospital has their own policy. Each state has their own policy. Everywhere you go, it could be slightly different, but something along those lines happen. They go through and make sure that whatever you're keeping on you, whatever you take with you to your room is safe. So no drawstrings, no ropes, no sharp object, no sharp edges. Sometimes you can't even have a pen. Typically, you cannot have a pen, especially the ones that have wires in them. You can have pens that don't have wires. You can have pencils, but there are definitely things that will be taken and locked up securely. That being said, as much as they try to be secure with the belongings, if you have anything important, please keep it at home. So credit cards, money, checkbooks, please find someone you trust to take that home and keep it for you and bring it to you on the day that you're getting discharged, or just leave it at home if you are driving yourself to the hospital. I'm not saying that anybody's going to take your stuff, but like your belongings have to go from the emergency room to the psychiatry unit and then go back to the locker and be locked up. And in transit, as much as we try our best, nothing is foolproof. So if something is really important to you, jewelry, gold, iPads, laptops, keep it at home. And your phone, your cell phone, of course you want to have your cell phone on you, but it will be locked up as well. And if you need to get a phone number or somebody to call, typically what we'll do is we'll give you the phone, you write down the number, and then we'll take the phone and lock it back up. There's usually a telephone on the inpatient psychiatry unit, so most people use that. If you don't know the numbers to call, you can get them from your cell phone and then use the telephone on the unit to make your phone calls. On the child psychiatry side of things, typically we'll have like a laptop that the kids can use to do homework supervised with the nurses, and sometimes a teacher can actually come on the unit depending on the hospital to help the kids do their homework so they don't get too behind in school. I've only seen that one time on the adult unit. I don't know why, they feel like adults don't need to do work, but typically on the adult unit, we don't have computers or laptops. But some child units, child psychiatry, inpatient units will have computers so that the kids can do their homework. While in the hospital, we definitely want you to be comfortable, but things have to be safe as well. So if you have clothes from home that you want someone to bring you, that's fine. We just have to inspect them to make sure that they don't have any restricted items or dangerous items. And again, the policy is up to the hospital, what their policy is on what they consider restricted or dangerous. Typically, it's anything with, again, ropes and threads, long threads, anything with sharp edges, sharp objects. You can't really wear that. Once we've done our safety assessments and gone over the policies and procedures on the unit, then you go to your room and you set up the room. The beds are typically these really flat, heavy beds that don't move very easily. In fact, they're nailed to the floor. And then the chairs can move, but they're also very heavy and stay on the ground. And the reason for that is because you don't want anybody throwing chairs or throwing furniture. So typically things would just kind of be attached to the wall or stick to the ground. And then also the showers, the doors, everything is really designed so that people don't use it to hurt themselves. We don't want anybody to have an injury on the inpatient psych unit because that is something that is really not a desired outcome. So we want everybody to be safe. So sometimes, people will complain that you can't hang anything on the doors. That's for a reason. So, if you try to put your towel on the door when you're showering, it's just going to slide right off. That's not ideal. You don't want your towel to end up on the floor. But again, we really cannot have doors that people can hang things yourself of, I'll let you fill in the blanks on that because that is a potentially dangerous situation. So that's why, the inpatient unit is just kind of like bland, nothing too exciting happening. You might have some paintings on the wall, but usually not, because some people have thrown paintings and broken them. So typically the wall is just bare. And then you'll have a bookshelf. Usually there'll be some books. There's always puzzles. Every unit I've been on has had puzzles for people to use. There's books. There are usually coloring books and books that you can read and worksheets and things that you can do with coloring pencil and a regular pencil to keep you occupied. If you want a family member to bring you books from home, that's typically fine. We just have to inspect the books to make sure that the content of the book is not offensive, and not like offensive in like you can't read a book that has like offensive words in it, but like offensive in the sense that you probably won't be able to read a book that has like how to excessively lose weight. That would probably not be allowed on an inpatient psychiatry unit. That's what I meant by restricted or offensive. So we just have to look at the books, make sure that they're appropriate, and then you can have your books from home. I'm going to stop right here about the admissions and orientation process. In my next video, we'll be talking about the assessment and treatment planning, which is where I come in as the psychiatrist. So if that's interesting to you, watch out for the next video. And if you want more videos like this, go ahead and subscribe and turn on your notification bell so that you'll be notified when I make more videos.